understand that the book of Psalms is a great comfort to a great many of us, but I do believe that in this hour and in this season and dispensation that we find ourselves living it as men and women of God, we have to move beyond being comfort, and we have to step into a dimension and into a zone in our relationship with God where there is a manifestation, where there is a transitioning of God's people from walking and from talking a bunch of nonsensical mess and finding ourselves fervently connected to the things of God. Anytime you are connected to the things of God, it helps you to begin to understand that you understand the will of God for your life. Anytime you understand the will of God, one of the things that is comprehensively digest in the pits of your belly is the point that you begin to understand that you're totally syncopated and synchronized to the choreographic movement of the Holy Spirit being operable down in your life. It means that you move out of the physical and you find yourself operating in a dimension now of the Spirit. That's the problem with a few folks. They claim that they love Jesus. They claim that they have a relationship with God. But the problem is every so often their flesh now gets the better part of them. In other words, when that Negro from your past calls you, rather than cussing him out, you need to get into prayer. You need to lift up holy hands and find somebody to come into agreement with you and say, God, I know that this Negro didn't just tempt me. I know that this Negro didn't just say what he said across the airways into my spiritual mindset. I feel like preaching to someone tonight. You didn't come by form, fashion, nor by show. But the reason you came is because you understand that there's a need for deliverance in God's house. I came to preach to a few folks who has a hunger and who has a desire that is taking place in the reservoir of your sanctified soul. You've already made up in your mind, if I am going to cross chilly Jordan in this season and in this dispensation, the only thing that is going to carry me, the only thing that's going to propel me, the only thing that's going to push me, the only thing that's going to encourage me is the power of the mercy seat of God. Are there any real Bible token feet stamping, hand clapping, giving up a praise and worshiping the set of people in God's sanctuary tonight? Is there anybody who's made up in their mind unequivocally without any form of compromise that for Christ I live and for Christ I'll die? Is there anybody who's made up in their mind, if I die then let me die, and if I perish then let me perish? But if it's one thing in this hour that I'm persuaded about, it's about my position in God. It's about my relationship with God. It's about my connectivity to